Hi everyone, welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Today we're going to make a lovely snack for Christmas. This is perfect for a little side dish or snack that you want to make over the Christmas period. And it's really easy. Let me just show you what it is. It's going to be olives, and they're going to be cooked with cheese in a pastry. Okay, so let me just begin by showing you the pastry. This is it here, ready rolled puff pastry. I prefer to buy the pastry because making pastry is really difficult. At least I think so. Remember, if you are using this, you really do need puff pastry. There's a few different types and it can be very confusing, but puff pastry is the one that you want, not short crust. Okay. So the good thing about buying this in the supermarket is it's already made and wrapped and rolled, ready for us to use. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing with this. So let's just open this out. And hopefully you can see it there. There's a lot. There we are. The good thing as well is that this is already cut. Okay, so we don't actually have to do very much with this except just to tidy it up and split it up into little bits. And it's very easy. And I'm going to show you how to do that. But first, I'm just going to get the olives ready. And I'm going to do that by just putting them in this dish here. There we are. If you're lucky enough to live in a country which has olives on the trees, congratulations. Right, so here we are. Let's just come back to our pastry here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this into bits. Okay, so let me just do that now. So I'm just going to half it. I really want to make some kind of 4x4 squares here. So I think about here. It's probably just perfect. Let me just make a little mark here. There we are. And I'm going to continue cutting this, okay, until it gets to the amount that I want. Okay, so it's already kind of cut into bits. You can see those markings here, so we can use some of those. So let me just try to make definitive cuts here. Might not be exactly as you want, but this is enough to get us started anyway, just to see what's going to happen. Now, the thickness of this is already prepared because, as you can see, this came from the supermarket. It was already rolled, but the thickness should be about 2 credit cards, which is more or less, I think, 3 millimeters. I did check because I'm not really good with the metric system. Okay. So you can see here that you can easily cut these. Now we're going to make these in 2 different ways, just so I can demonstrate how easy it is. Okay. So the first lot, I'm just going to take an olive here. I'm actually going to put it just show you the olives. I'm just going to put it here, and I'm going to wrap it up just to show you how easy it is. Okay, so there we are. So very easy. You have an olive inside. If you want to be really smart, you can put some cream cheese in here. If you don't want to do that, it would be fine the way it is. This is ready to cook. So isn't that great? So that's just an idea of the kind of things that you can do with this to make them really, really easy. So I'm going to do this with these olives here, and just to wrap them up, and so we can cook them, okay? So let me just continue here like this. There we are. I can probably pop another olive in there, actually, because quite a lot of space. Now, you need to be a bit careful because you don't want to give them too many layers, because if you do, it'll be rather pastry heavy. But it's okay, I think, like this, you know. Again, more than one olive in there will probably help. Okay, so I've got 2 olives in this one. Okay, this is looking a little bit thicker. So you can see here, if I compare this to the first one, it's a little bit thicker now. So I don't want to keep doing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this a little bit more. And again, I'm going to take the olive and I'm just going to wrap it up here. Okay, if you want to stuff these with cream cheese, that would be very nice. If you don't, you can have 2 olives together. You can have 1. Alternatively, as I mentioned, cream cheese might be a perfect thing to put inside them. Cream cheese. Okay, that would be a perfect thing. I'm not going to use that today because I don't really like cream cheese, and I'm not a big fan of olives either. So this is really for the family, not for me. Okay, so here we are. Here's another one. Again, if they're looking like they're pastry heavy, just add another olive and push it in there just to make it a little bit easier. Okay. Now, we have some things here we're going to cook. Beautiful, beautiful. But what about the ones we want to make with the cheese? We can't forget about those. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move these for a second. Put them on the tray here. The back. You'll get to see these again in a moment. Right, so I'm left-handed, so I like things to be this way around. This is a little bit different, okay? So I'm going to just half this here. I'm going to try to create that 4x4 thing that we wanted to do earlier. Okay, so we'll just... Oh, not a very straight line there, but never mind. There we are. Right, so let's just again look at how we're going to do this. This is a little bit different, okay? So I'm just going to put some cheese over the top here. Just spread that out a little bit. There we are. Right, we've got plenty of cheese there. And we're going to take some of these olives and we're just going to put 1 in each of these squares. Okay, so like that. And there's another one. Okay, and now if you want to add a little bit of pepper or spices, you can. Again, if you want to stuff these with cheese, that would be a really nice idea. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of black pepper, just a little bit, because I like it that way. No one else does, but I do. Okay, there we are, just a little bit more. Right. Lovely. So let's try to put these together. This should be relatively easy. Right, so we'll start with this one. You can see it here. Just going to lift this up a little bit. There we are. Plenty of cheese in there. And I'm going to pull them together, okay, to make a little parcel. Okay, so I'm just going to put it like that, and then fold these over as well. I'll just give it a little pinch just to seal it. Now, this is actually open. You can see it's got corners there that are open, and it's supposed to be like that. Okay, there we are. And I'm going to put that with the others over here. And these are the others, by the way. You can see them there. Okay, so perfect. And I'm just going to keep doing that. Okay, so I'm just going to take this next one, and I get a feeling maybe I have too much cheese here. It's just a feeling, okay? But it's okay, because there's plenty of room in this parcel for it. And again, I'm just going to fold this up, give it a little pinch on the top. There we are. Not the perfect shape, is it? But it's okay. I'll put that on my tray. And we have the others to do as well, which you can see here. Okay, so here's another one. A bit smaller, this one, but it's okay. Just fold it up. The thing about this is it's actually really easy to make. This is the interesting thing about them. I mean, obviously, you can take more time than I'm making to get your shapes perfect. But this is just really to demonstrate how easy it is. Yeah, I think I've got too much cheese here, so I'm just going to brush some of this off. So this would be an ideal size, something like this, you know. And you can just fold it once, twice, 3, 4 times. Give it a little push down, a pinch. We pinch it just to seal it. We just, when you go like this with your fingers, it's pinching. Okay, I'll just put that on the tray. And yeah, so it's very good doing this. This is the wrong shape. It's rectangular. The more square you can get these things, the easier it's going to be to make these, okay? This is a little bit small as well. You want something a bit larger, but all shapes and sizes are fine, but make sure you have enough pastry to cover your olive. And you want, of course, to have that lovely design, that package design with the 4 corners. Okay, so there we are. It's another one there, a little bit smaller. Again, this one probably would be the ideal kind of size. Okay, nice big square. Some cheese in it with the olive, and you can fold them over. You see, this is looking much better, isn't it? Pinch, just to seal it there. Yeah, there we are. Move that to the side. We have these ones as well. Again, looking a bit rectangular, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. My cutting's not exactly straight here either. So I can just fold these over, do the best I can. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's only for the family. And just give it a little pinch. And it's open at both ends there. So that's also fine. I'll just try to... God, these are looking more like prawn tempura than they are olives, aren't they? But anyway, so you can see what I'm doing here. To make these a bit thinner, I'm just going to half this one, take an olive, and I'm going to roll it just halfway. I mean, that's much better than some of the other ones we had earlier. You could probably manage another olive on the top there if you really did want to stuff this, if you're not using cheese. If you are using cheese, then you could just add some cheese on the top, maybe, you know. I'm just going to leave this the way it is because it's a bit wet. There we are. Leave that there. And yeah, so let's just continue doing that. Okay, so I have some more here. Just wrap up this olive. Yeah, that's looking a bit healthier, isn't it? These are smaller snacks now. So these are all different shapes and sizes. I'll just do that one as well, as you can see. And with these ones, I'm just going to half them. Okay, like this. And again, if you can, try to add a little bit of cheese just for the variety of it. You can wrap this up like this. Beautiful. There we are. That looked nice with the cheese inside. Obviously, cream cheese would work really well with these as well. So if you want to use cream cheese to stuff these, that would be really good. Right, some nice cheese there. We've just got a few little bits left, so we're just going to continue rolling the olives. I'll do a plain one this time. Yeah, there we are. Okay. And, there's another one. Right, now here's a little square again, so let's try to put some cheese in that. Not too much because, as you can see, it's a little bit small to be making the parcel, but that's all right. Just give it a pinch there, little square, lovely. Right. There we are. Perfect. Not as perfect as the first ones, but still, it's okay. Just leave that there. Right, and we have one final one to do here, just with some cheese. There we are. There's some delicious little things, you know. Just give it a pinch, so you can see there. Right. So let's look at what we've got so far. Okay, so let me just move this stuff out of the way so you can see what we've done. We'll attend to that in a minute. Right. So this is our tray then, which is full of bits. We started off with a really big roll and we put a couple of olives in these big ones. And then we made these small parcels, some big, some small, some shaped well, some not. But they're basically little packages, okay? Some tiny. And what we need to do now is we need to get an egg, okay? So I'm just going to take one egg here, okay? And we'll just pop that into a cup. There we are. And, take a fork. Yeah, and what you need to do now is you need to basically put the egg over the top of these. Now, I don't have a brush to do that. You know, some people have really small brushes, so I'm just going to use my finger just to try to cover these, because if you don't, they're likely to burn. Okay, so just a little drop over each. My problem is I have no patience with this kind of thing, as you can see. So I just need to try to use what I've spilled here, just to, there we are. Just put some of these in here. Yeah, this is the part that I really, really dislike. I mean, if you love cooking, you'll probably enjoy this, but or maybe if I had the right equipment, it would be easier. I don't know. But yeah, I never like this. So there we are, it's covered in egg. And, I'm sure you can make a better job of it than I can. So there we are. Right. So now we have these pastry parcels which are sitting here. We have some egg that I've spilled here. So I'm going to put these on a new tray. Okay, so let me just do that now. I'll just pause the video. I'll come back in a second. Right, so again, I'm just going to put these on here. Now that they're all covered in egg, which was supposed to just be used to baste them for cooking. But, like I say, you're probably better at this than I am. I just don't have any patience with this kind of stuff, you know. There we are. Some small ones. Right. So they're all suitably covered in egg. There we are, little parcels. So what I want to do now is simply put these in the oven. And they're going to go in the oven at 180 degrees. Now, I would say usually around 20 minutes, okay, would be the perfect time. But because these are all different shapes and sizes, particularly these ones which are very, very thick, I'd give them a little bit longer. And also really do try to stuff these with cheese because it'll be nicer. If you don't do that, then you're likely to get something which is not really as tasty. It depends on you. Depends what you like. We've used a few different varieties here, so you can decide. So let's put them in the oven and let's see what they're like when they come out. Okay. Now, let's just see how they turned out. So I'm just going to sit this here so you can see. So they are delicious. I mean, they look really, really nice. I think what I've learned here, of course, is that I didn't really cover them well enough with the egg if I had the little brush. A little bit burnt on the top, but the shapes of them are actually really nice. I mean, if you look at this one, for example, this was one of the thicker ones that we did. You can see there, it might need an extra few minutes to give it a proper brown color, but it is fine, you know. The smaller ones are really cooked there. Very nice. So those of you who are more accustomed to working with pastry than me, you'll have a better idea. I did taste one of these briefly, just to see what it was like, and it is delicious. A little bit salty, maybe. The ones with the cheese, I'm sure, are more delicious. The olives, of course, because they are kept in vinegar, are a little bit strong, you know. But you get the idea. And these are lovely just to sit on a little plate to serve at Christmas time. So I think if you look at them individually, you'll find that they're actually fine, you know. So there we are. That's my Christmas recipe. So I hope you've enjoyed this. And I'll be back again with more hints and tips over the Christmas period. Okay, see you. Bye.